is Cinema.
And this is Johannes.
And you are watching Board Gaming Ramblings.
And welcome back to another episode of Keep or Cull,
where we play our whole collection of 600 plus board games and decide whether to keep or cull them.
Yeah, you might have seen that you stopped saying during 2021 because we might not think that will happen.
Yeah.
But we are going to play through our whole collection and we are going to keep or cull them. And all the games that are culled are given away to the viewers. That's you. And for those of you waiting, the process is moving forwards. I have basically made piles of games. I'm going to put them in boxes and send them away. So they are coming to you in some weeks. Just be patient because life is happening. There's a lot of stuff going on at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
So as you will see in this episode, because of games. So let's first do the winners of the last 2 weeks ago. And if you see anything in this episode that you're interested in, you can go to the form in the description.
Yes.
And there you can. So at the same form every week, just fill it out. And if there are any games you are interested in winning of the culled ones, doesn't really make sense to put keep games.
You will not get them.
There.
No.
So we have 3 winners, not 4, 3 winners this week. Do you want to guess who they are? It's a new thing we're going to do, is that you're guessing who the winners are.
No, I will not guess them. That sounds like a horrible plan.
It will be a very, very boring video.
Yes.
The first winner is a Patreon supporter, that is Timothy. Thank you so much for being a patron. If you want a possibility to pick one of the current games before anybody else, you can become a patron and do that. Of course, we want you to be a patron if you enjoy what we do, not to get a
that's
game.
the main reason.
Because if you really just want the game, you can go and buy the game. That's a better way of getting a game, I would say. And then we have 2 other winners. Both of them are starting with the letter
something.
P.
I would never guess that.
You could have guessed. It's like one of 26 chance.
Yeah.
So you could, it never is kind of like, I never would have guessed P. I don't like that letter.
Nothing is impossible.
Okay, so we have Patrick and we have Peter.
Oh, nice.
Those are the winners.
Congratulations
and celebrations. I would tell everyone. I don't know the song.
Stats.
Okay.
Give me an S. Give me a P is the letter we're looking for.
Spats? That's no stats.
I'm just like going back to the Patrick and Peach.
Yes,
Peter
so
joke.
this week we played 10 hours of board games, which isn't that bad with all the things we have going on at the moment. And last week was 14 hours, which was a lot more. And last week before that was 8 hours. So it is still like on the par of what we usually get in.
Yes.
But we only played 6 games.
Oh, that is
which
a low
must
number.
tell you something.
We have a lot to do.
No, I was talking to the audience that it would tell them something that they'll do math in their head and they would say that the games are longer.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I think you maybe could have told us that as well because you were in the games.
Yeah, that is what I was going to say.
Okay, sorry. Let's do it one more time. And you maybe can say something about that or something.
We played very long games this week. Heavy games.
That is a great transition.
Yes,
We're just going to
you.
cut it in there. I'm not going to cut it. Okay, so the thing that everybody wants, like everybody's just like sitting at the edge of their chair thinking like, but stop talking about this. We want to know how much did Cinema win. So what do you think?
I should know how many of the 6 games we played we won.
Yeah.
But I don't. I think did I just win one of them?
No, I did only win 1.
Okay, then I think I won 2.
You won 3.
Oh, okay.
And then there's a co-op game and one other player won the
So
other
I
time.
won the most.
You did! Awesome! Okay,
Yeah.
let's go to the game part of the video. And at the top of this game part, it says, show the back of the box.
Yes.
So we're going to do that this week. And you are going to start with the first game.
First game of this week is a 2-player game. It's Santorini.
You ready?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, boom!
Boom! So this is an abstract...
Oh yeah, I already forgot.
So this is an abstract game, and we have played a lot of great abstract games for the weeks that we have done this
12 weeks.
challenge. And before we play this, I'm just like, okay, let's kill Santorini now. We don't need this. We have Taurus. We have all these other great 2-player abstracts. And then we played it, and I read through some of the rules for all the other gods as well.
Yeah.
Because it's a very simple game, but the god player powers that you have, like, mix it up and give you a lot of variability. And I was just like, what? This is a great game. I can't kill this.
And it was super weird playing it only once because it's like a 10-minute game. So usually when we play this earlier, like when we play this, we would sit down, play it, and just flip through new god powers and play it again. Because it says 20 minutes on the box. You're not going to use 20 minutes if you're not like a super person. It's like the person playing an hour-long game of Genshin.
But it's really dependent on which god players you have.
Absolutely.
Some games are really tense and really close, and you battle like back and forth for a long time.
Yeah.
This time I had like a very easy god to play with. Together with yours, it was very easy for me to win, I think.
I did a boo-boo basically. I could have stopped you because I had some cool abilities to stop you.
Yeah.
But I didn't do it possibly, or good, best.
Good, best,
I
bad.
lost.
Yes.
That is this game, which is
Santorini.
correct.
We're keeping it.
We are keeping it. Next up, we have this game called Codenames Duet. It's the Duet version of Codenames. You should know Codenames is from Blush Battle. This is also from Scott Eaton. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
1, 2, 3, boom. Oh yeah, I this was the one I was kind of unsure because I really like this. I think this is a very clever two-player version of the game.
Yes.
And then we're coming down to like the fact of will we play it because it's a two-player game, and the time when I think like, oh, we should play Codenames, so usually are like 4, 5, 6 people. I think Codenames is best with 6, so you get those like teams, so you can actually talk with somebody. This is a very great puzzle. This is a great puzzle that you can just sit down and do 2 players, and it has a campaign mode which we haven't tried, and I would love to try that. So it's a great game. I love Codenames, and I love this.
I really like Codenames as well, and I think this is a great implementation of like a pure 2-player co-op version of it. I absolutely enjoy it. I really wanna play the campaign mode. Maybe after that I am ready to call it, because as you say, we seldom have or take the time to play this sort of game, so that is my main problem with this game as well. I don't see us picking this up and actually playing it, but let's do the campaign mode because I really want to try that.
In 2025, campaign mode, okay.
Yes.
That is not Santorini, that's Codename Duet.
And we
Heavy
game.
Finally
Heavy
got
games alert.
our copy of Kanban Eevee.
Yes.
Finally.
You
ready?
Yeah, I am.
1, 2, 3, boom!
You can't call this magnificent beast that it is. This is, we have played Kanban before. We have the old version of the Vitala Sorda game. We really like Vitala Sorda. He's a genius of a guy.
Yes.
A designer, yes.
Back of the box.
And I think the art by Ian O'Toole in this game
Nobody's
is
seeing anything.
amazing.
Yes.
It was more fun than I remember.
Oh yeah.
Because first off, when we played Kanban before, it was too heavy for me. We played with nice Sandra. This time we played with mean Sandra.
With the actual rules.
With the
not
actual
the variant
rules, yes. I very much enjoyed it. I think I won. It was fun.
You did win. Because I only won one game.
Yes.
It is a splendid game. Like I cannot wait to get to play the rest of those sort of games. We had the old one, still had it, but I wanted this new version and just like a push to play it. And also it looks nice with the other sort of games.
Yes.
So a beautiful game, a great game. That is Kanban. I'm gonna just do this. A boom.
A boom.
A boom. And a boom.
Oh wait, boom. No.
Boom. Okay.
Which game?
Next up, we have another heavy game. Not many games this week. Another heavy game. This is going to be the shortest episode, I think. And this is Barrage.
Yes.
And this is one of those games I'm very happy that we have an insert for, because there's a lot of stuff in this game.
Yes.
And this is a good insert from Folded Space. Check it out if you are interested. But enough about that. Let's talk about this game. You ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3, boom. Yeah, that makes no sense.
Yeah. Barrage is a really very, 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 very good game, but it's too mean for me. I think it's a tad too much interaction for me, and it might be my Care Bear brain, which I'm growing kind of out of, because we have a lot of interactive games that we really love that might be meaner than this, but in my brain, this just it feels. I love the worker placement in this game. It feels very tight. I need to go to a lot of spaces that are very it feels essential for my plan. And then you block me and I'm just like, okay, I have to rethink my whole strategy. But the placement on the map is what really, yeah, it's, I can set myself up some really good moves, and this is the thing. I feel like in this game, more than in other games, everything that you do on the board is...
I can do better.
You're not like... you're not you're taking stuff away from me. I'm not happy about that. This is like a tad too much. But we played it with the expansion this time.
Yeah.
And I very much like the expansions.
Yeah, it does loosen the game up a little bit.
Yeah,
which you
I'm
might
happy
like.
about that. Yes.
So I do not feel like I'm. It's very interesting because this. I'm coming to the point now, but the thing I do not like is direct conflict. I do not like people. I do not like an action where I destroy something you own or where I take stuff away from you. Like the only where I think it's okay is in Terraforming Mars because it doesn't bother me that much. It's not like it's not like a huge setback to lose those plants. So for me, I do not feel this is a mean game. I really see where you're coming from because like 4 years ago I would think this was horrible, and it still feels that like hopelessness. But I think also a lot of that comes from we not being good at the game, and it's really strange you saying this because you were the one taking everything from the map.
I was robbing
this game.
you.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I took all the water.
Oh yeah. I think it has a lot to do with, as I said, like they do not know the game, and we do stupid placements in the beginning. We do, and that is the thing. I think it's interesting that you can learn from the game. Like if you do take that place lower down in the mountain, then somebody can come and take that, and then you have to try and also it's the other way around. Like if someone takes it, you want to try to see, okay, but where are they going to produce that water, and then build there, so that when they do produce the water, you will then get to take that water from them someplace else. And I think it's all about, for me at least, I think it's all about seeing that and seeing the opportunities.
Yeah.
And some of those opportunities, or all opportunities, and that is true, I think, in all games with interaction, all opportunities take away from other people. And this is not a game because meanness for me, and this is an interesting discussion. I think we should do a topical ramblings on it. Yeah. Actually, we haven't done that, have we? No, I don't think we have. So. Meanness for me is where I do something, in quotation marks, to be mean. Yeah. Like where I it should be good for me, but where a card is like, take 3 resources. That is good for me, but it's not good for me in a way that adds to my points or something. Just takes away from you. So almost all games I feel, and this has more than a lot because there's a lot of interaction on that map. But this game has a lot of that, seeing the possibilities, seeing the placement, seeing the possibilities, opportunities was the word I was looking for, and going for them, because that will probably set you back, but you can get around that somewhat, but the game is so tight, so it's kind of hard.
Oh yeah, you can absolutely get around it, but yeah, as you said, I think in this game it's more physical. I can see that you're stopping the water from getting to my dam, and in most other
Damn you!
In most other high conflict games, you don't see it as clearly, and I agree. Everything I do on the map is for my benefit first and foremost. That I take something away from you, that is like a bonus and a consequence of the benefit that I'm trying to give to myself. But it's just so visible in this game. So it becomes really apparent in my mind, and I have a little trouble with it. I think, as you said, as we get better at seeing the opportunities on the map, it will feel like Toile that we talked about last week, that you see not your dice as your dice anymore, but like expand your ideas. I don't know, plan.
And I think it's interesting. I think it's very interesting the fact that you can, like, if somebody has built a dam lower down, you can basically block them by building higher up. Yes. Or you can then see at that and try to not spend all those resources and instead see where is that water going to come, because they're going to do that anyways. And, and it's very different, those two kind of things. And I just think this is a very good game. I think it's a fantastic game. Absolutely. And I obviously want to keep it.
Yeah, I'm fine with keeping it, but
it did make for an interesting discussion.
Yes,
and I think you were pretty sure that we were going to keep it.
I was, absolutely. But if you weren't here, I would call this, because I personally would very seldom pick it. And then, we have had this discussion before.
Yes, I'm not going to go into that again.
Moving on.
It's the one. But will you see it as like, will this be a thing where you see it on the shelf and will you feel like, oh, I don't want to play that, or will it be like, oh, that's going to, it's two different kind of, will it be like, oh, I don't want to play that, or will it be like, oh, that one is horrible, or that one is a mean one.
Before we played it now, I was dreading this because...
But I was as well, because I remember that tightness and that
it's so
math.
hard on my brain. And now, after I played it, and I actually for the first time mastered it...
You didn't master it, I will say. That would be really like saying to designers like, I played your game 4 times.
For the first time, knew a little. I had an idea what to do. I felt that I did good. I beat you. So yeah. Well, so next time somebody suggests this, I will be dreading it a little less. But it's still on the edge of being too much work for me. I have this thing in my head that it has to be more fun than work. And this is kind of on the edge, yeah.
It's really interesting. Like, these are very nice discussions. I love this series because these discussions are so great. Like, thinking about games in this way, it just makes me really happy.
But there's so many good things in this game.
Oh, yeah.
A magnificent game, absolutely. So, yeah, I would just call it because it goes like this. It's here and I'm here and I can't really reach up there.
And it's a lie because you won like with a landslide.
So I mastered it. You would say?
You didn't. Like, that's two different things.
I'm
like
just kidding.
Winning a game and mastering a game is like oh, I won.
I'm a Norwegian. I didn't know what mastering meant before now.
I won chess one time and now I mastered that game.
Yes, that's right.
That's logical.
Okay.
So, but I love the fact that we make these discussions, even though you could have just been nice and kept just keep.
We would have had this conversation even if I said keep. Because I would be like, I was very unsure. Let's talk about it. Yes.
So a high pile of keeping games. So then we have there's only 2 more games because we only played 6 games.
There's so few games today.
Okay.
Then we played Isle of Skye.
Isle of Skye, are you ready?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, boom.
This is a game that we have talked about on some top lists recently. It's a tiling, showing the back of the box.
Oh, did we do that?
I don't know.
We did not.
Tiling, bidding, no.
Yeah.
You're bidding kinda.
Kind of like setting prices.
Yes. And it's also some interesting scorings throughout the game that I absolutely enjoy. This time, we played with the expansion.
The Journeyman expansion. There's more of them.
Yes. And it offered some really interesting concepts to the game that I appreciated very much. But it made the game longer.
Very long.
And the downtime was actually very present.
Oh, yeah.
And I would rather play without it because this is a light... game for me. It needs to be quick
45
and
minutes,
fun.
an hour,
and So the Journeyman, while I appreciated a lot of the elements, I don't think I will play with that again.
Yeah, for me, we can basically send that to somebody.
Yeah.
So if it's okay with you.
Yeah.
So if
absolutely.
if you have Isle of Skye and you put in a form, like maybe not this week if there's not many games, but if you fill in a form like next week or something, just add Isle of Skye expansion, and we might not send the box, but we might just send the components if that's fine.
Yes.
Because the box will just add more space and the components will not. So just so you know. So we might do that if you are interested. So we're going to keep this.
Yes.
And we only have one more game. This is the big heavy game that you never got to play when it first came out.
Yes.
And this is a game that we have not played in many years because it's a game that takes an hour and 20 minutes to teach, and then it takes maybe double that to play, which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
So this is the first time we actually have sit down and watched rules videos before playing Feudum.
Yes.
So we watched the video, and then I taught like some of the rules. I probably should have taught them all. I'm gonna teach them all. Feudum on. This is the game that I said in my review was a canon of fun.
Yeah.
It's a fun canon. It's a canon of fun. Fun.
So is
it
that now?
That is what I wanted to find out. So I was really happy to... It was actually one of our viewers. It was Genway.
Yeah.
He talked to me about this, and I was like, oh, that's why I actually played this week, because I spoke to him and he was talking about this game. I was like, okay, let's play it this week. Are you ready?
Yes.
So 1, 2, 3, boom. Yeah. No, I know. I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
And this is one more. Can't you just when you know we're going to keep the game, you can just do it so that not the commenters not going to be like, oh, Johannes is keeping a game. Yes, because it's a great game and I love it. And you're wrong. And I like games.
I'm making it worse for me because people in the comments are just like, no, Cinema, you need to keep. No, don't call Gaia Project.
No, I think
don't
with this
call
one,
all the great games.
I think with this one, it's going to be this is a very divided game.
Oh yeah, I've read some comments on the big internet myself, and people are
not on the small web, just on the big internet.
The big one, and people are very divided, as you said.
So Feudum is a big, heavy game. It might be a bit undeveloped, like it might not be a perfect design. It's the first design from Mark Swanson. It's a crazy game to design as your first game, like it's so crazy. But I just fell in love with the looks of the game and the strange looking thing when I saw the Kickstarter. I just had to have it, and I have it. We played it quite a bit when we got the game. And this is one of those games, and that's like the sad part this week, like Barrage, Kanban, and Feudum are games you should play like 4 or 5 times in 2 weeks to get them into your skin. And that makes me sad that we weren't be able to do that. But then again, if there wasn't for Keeper Cull, we probably wouldn't play this for another 2 years. So that's it. So yeah, talk a bit about it. Not what you do, like what you.
Thank you.
We're not going to go into that because there's just so much stuff.
I had trouble learning the rules, so I would definitely have trouble teaching them. Well, it's a lot of elements, and what I thought was hard in this game was that there's so many elements. So
sorry, I continue.
Yeah, I had really trouble like fitting them together in my head to see how they reacted to the others. But you're moving around, you're playing cards, and you have to decide which cards. Have you shown the back on the box?
No, I have not, but there's nothing there.
No, you really get more of the front of the box this time than the actual back.
It's the queen, she's evil.
Playing cards and doing actions, moving on the board, placing influence markers, and then you have influence in this, or something, in these guilds. And you can do guild actions that interacts with the other guilds, and that is where my brain just... but I can probably see that there is some fun in this game, but first play, I didn't like see what was going on until like the last turn. I was just like, oh, I shouldn't have done I should have done that.
But isn't that a sign of a good game?
Oh yeah,
that you're seeing things at the end that you would like to do differently.
So
why do you want to call it?
There's something about like moving, like the interaction between the guilds that wasn't very appealing to me. Maybe that is because we played it 3 players and it wasn't very much interaction in the guilds as it was.
Because one player decided to do like a non-guild strategy, so just moving around and then...
quite fine actually.
I won!
Yeah, you did.
It's the one game I won.
Yes, and I don't like moving stuff to another place to get point. I don't know. It just didn't click with me. But maybe next time, in like 300 years, when we play this and we have forgotten all about it, and I have to relearn I have to play it like 2 days in a row or something.
I know. Next time we should do that.
This is a game. Yeah.
It is a game.
No, you talk.
Yeah, no, you talk. Yes, this is. Is this the best game I ever played? No. Is this my favorite game? No. There's just something about... I would be super sad to not own this game.
Oh, you would?
Yeah, absolutely, because like...
I wouldn't even notice.
There's so many things. Like, this is one of those games... It was one I fell in love with when we played it the first time, and now I really still liked it. And it is very unique, both in it being so stupidly complex in many ways, and it's also just very unique in how it looks, in the artwork. It's art over functionality, sadly, on the board, but it's just like... It is just such a marvelous, like, strange game, and I just love Mark for trying to make like a weird fantasy fairy tale setting in a heavy, complex Euro game. And also, I love the economic in this game, the economic parts of both of the... When you pay things, it usually goes to other players. Most of it doesn't go out of the game, so you have this kind of half-closed economy. And also, what I really like is that the pushing and the pulling of the guilds is really, really a neat circular economy, where when you push some resources out of a guild, they're going to go into another guild. So when I do that, I'm going to get points. But I'm also going to open up possibilities for other people to do actions in that guild. Because everybody can trade, and you trade with the things that get made or pushed or pulled into the guild. So that is a very interesting interesting mechanic. And also I will say that it feels like there's a lot of ways to go. Like this time, I basically was in a little corner of the table or of the board. I just built up a few spaces, tried not to get killed by the warrior, and that went well. And just like building up a little thing. And the other player, he was moving around all over the board. It's kind of...
basically doing nothing.
It feels kind of like sandboxy. Like you can choose a bit what you want to do. There are a couple of things you want to try to do. For example, I got a Feudum where you get negative points, so I lost quite a few points during the game, but I still won with quite a few points. So you can ignore different parts of the game and just go for different things. And this is not a game we're going to play often.
No.
But neither is Barrage, neither is Kanban, neither is Santorini. Like we talked about this, we're not going to go into that again.
Yeah, that is.
It's like it's the whole thing.
Yeah.
But if we were going to own like 50 games, would I own this? No. If we were going to own 100 games, would I own this? No. But we're not going to own 100 games. We're going to own maybe 400 or something like that. And then as a heavy gamer, I think this is a game I really like and a game I want to have in the collection.
So is it a Cannon of Fun?
Yes, I think it is. It might be a bit smaller Cannon of Fun, but it's still a Cannon of Fun.
Yeah.
And we managed to speak as long as all the other videos with 6 games. So and so this Caper Cull video is just going to be like half an hour, no matter how many games. Maybe not if we have one.
Challenge accepted. Yeah.
No, but the next 3-4 weeks is going to be the same. We're probably not going to get that many days of playing games. And I think we might continue doing some bigger games to get those out of the way. So that when we have longer days, we can just beat up. Like it's easier to play 10 smaller games.
So let's just show them the piles. So here is the Cull pile. Oh, it's here.
No, it's not.
No, just kidding.
No, I know.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
We're keeping all of them this week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we are. We played some great games, though.
We did. So what was your favorite and least favorite game?
Kanban was my favorite.
I agree.
Because, wow, that is a good game. And I'm glad we got the new version because it looks amazing.
It does. Amazing.
Least favorite? This was by far my, most horrible experience from the week, but...
That sounds bad. Like, was it a horrible experience?
Yeah, I got fired from my work, but this was more... I mean, I didn't. I'm just kidding. I just didn't know what I was doing at all, and that is
not something you're a fan of.
No,
you like to know what you're doing at all times.
But that is a fault of me, not of the game.
For me, the least favorite moment was playing Isle of Sky with the Journeyman expansion.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was not really interesting. I thought it was interesting, but it added way too much.
Oh
to
yeah,
it.
If it was a bigger game to begin with, I would be fine. But I needed it to go like this. Yeah.
So that is yet another week. So no games to add to this form, to the forms this week. So in 2 weeks, there are going to be 0 winners. That's just how it is some weeks.
So put if you want the Journeyman expansion, don't put in a lone form for that.
Next week,
put it together with some other games. Yeah.
And that is another Caper Cull video. That's the end of this one.
Yes.
If you are still here, please press the subscribe button. If you have not done so, it makes us happy like this. Yeah, with some dance moves. Very nice dance moves. If you want to support us on Patreon, you can do that. It makes us happy. It's not something we say you should, but if you can, it helps us a lot. And that is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Johannes.
I'm Cinema.
And you've been watching Board Gaming Ramblings, and bye-bye.